What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk here, back with another video. And if you just watched my Leaf review, thank you very much. And if not, make sure you go check that out. But if you want to stick around and watch this video, I will be talking about the update on William Nylander because, you know, usually I don't make a Nylander video unless it's been requested or something significant comes out when it comes to information. I try to keep an update every week because I do know there's a lot of Leaf fans on this channel that watch. But if you did watch the game between the Bruins and the Leafs tonight, the second intermission had Saturday's headlines where they basically talk about everything that's going on around the league. And of course, Elliot Friedman is part of that panel, and Chris Johnson and Nick Kypreos, and of course, Ron MacLean. Like they usually have really good people there. But in particular, Elliot Friedman usually has everything, all the information, much like Bob McKenzie on TSN. And Chris Johnson's pretty good as well when it comes to that. And Kypreos has his days when he gets quite good information. But they stated tonight in Saturday's headlines, and I was looking forward to that because the Leafs were not playing too well against the Bruins. I'll pull up the tweet for you guys so we can discuss it together because it is a significant update because it's taken the next step when it comes to William Nylander. So here's the tweet. There's word tonight Toronto has asked teams to indicate what they would offer and will not trade for William Nylander. Still think their first choice is to sign him, but we have entered the next stage with 20 days until the deadline. So let's break this down, all right? And we'll talk about the segment in itself because it started off with Ron MacLean giving me a heart attack because he said breaking news on Nylander, and I thought, A, oh God, please will he just sign a contract, or B, he's been dealt. So it looks as though the next step is that they're basically going to start listening to offers. Now, I will reiterate that not only Elliot Friedman, but Nick Kypreos also stated, and Chris Johnson has stated in the past, that the Leafs' first option is that they would like to get a Nylander contract done. And Kypreos even added in that he thinks that the Leafs will make an offer, kind of a bridge deal on a 3-year contract worth about $18 million over 3 years. And of course, they'll be signing bonuses and stuff like that involved, just so that way there's a 3-year deal there and that they can work towards, at the end of that 3 years, giving him more money because the cap will go up significantly, guys. I don't think you realize it. Teams in cap trouble now in a couple of years probably won't have that much trouble because there's going to be a ton of cap, although some players will ask for more money when it comes to the cap going up, of course. But he did state that they would probably try to make that deal happen. And if that doesn't happen, well, then he'll either be sitting out or a trade will happen, regardless. That's something to think about, too. There still is a bridge opportunity, but the biggest thing is that Dubas also declined comment, which means that this is either like, okay, I'm sick of this, or, okay, maybe, you know, the media's catching on to it. They've heard some stuff that we're listening. So basically what this means is that we've heard Carolina's a team that's kind of all in. So what the Toronto Maple Leafs need to know is what is all in, because they would like to hold on to Nylander. Again, I'm going to keep saying that throughout this segment, Saturday's headlines, they said the Leafs would rather hold on to William Nylander. But if they can't, if this deal won't happen, and again as well, Nick Kypreos said that the Leafs might be willing to go up to a Pastrnak deal. Again, this is just rumors when it comes to the dollar amounts. So if the Leafs are willing to come up as a last-ditch effort to try to get Nylander to sign, especially if it's around the 6.6 deal. I hate to tell a lot of people that don't like Nylander or the fact that he's asking for money. If you get Nylander for Pastrnak money, it's going to be an absolute steal. An absolute steal 2 or 3 years into the contract, maybe even 2 years flat into the deal. You're laughing because the cap will go up significantly, and that deal would be a steal. Getting Nylander for $7 million, I hate to break it to people, but if you get Nylander for $7 million, especially right now, because with the rule of them waiting so long and this, that, and the other, look it up. Elliot Friedman has talked about it before, that in the years 2, 3, 4, whatever, the salary AAV would go down. So in the first year, it would be like 7.5, and then it would go down to like 6.8, this, that, and the other. So if they are willing to go up and kind of give them some extra cash to be like, okay, come on, let's go, and then your AAV would go down. So that's there as well, but going back to the point of them listening to offers, they need to know what all in means. They need to know if Carolina means Slavin, or if they mean Pesce, or if they mean Falk, or if they mean a combination of two of those guys. Do they mean prospects? Do they mean picks? Like, the Leafs are trying to figure out what teams are willing to put in a package for Nylander. They're listening to offers, And from what the headline said, it looks like he might be on the block. Now, I'm not sure if this is okay, throw this to the media that we would like to keep him aboard, but you're on the block type of scare Nylander type of thing, because that could be it. Just because he's on the block doesn't mean the Leafs have to move him. If Nylander still wants to come back to Toronto, maybe the Leafs are scaring him a little bit and saying, listen, if you don't want to sign this deal, we're going to have to put your name out there, or at least start to put your name out there. So if we do go back to the tweet again, they want, again, it's stated in here, they would like to keep him, but with 20 days left, there's only 20 days left until Nylander would have to sit out for the rest of the season, and I do think that he can play in the KHL or something like that, but I don't think Nylander or the Toronto Maple Leafs want to go through this. And people are saying, well, Nylander, he doesn't care. You know, he's got money before and this, that, and he can go play in the KHL. Nylander wants to showcase his talents in the NHL. And most kids who grow up to try to be in the NHL want to stay there. They want to be there and make money and be able to provide for their family. Now, we do know the Nylanders have some money. William Nylander, his dad, and everything like that. He's played in the NHL. They know they have money. But I'm sure Willie wants to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs and win. And I'm hoping that this is just a bluff, maybe just to scare Nylander. But if we are going to look at it from both sides, then Freeman said it. The next step has been taken. The Leafs have put it out there that, listen, we've got 20 days left. We can come up a little bit. If you're willing to come down, let's meet there. If you don't want to meet there, let's try to do a bridge deal. If you don't like that bridge deal, you're leaving us with no choice. We need to figure out how much we can get for you, because we can't sit around and try to negotiate all day. Because it's taken way too long. Fans are getting upset. William Nylander's probably upset. He wants to get this done. He wants his money. He wants to win. And Kyle Dubas, who's a fresh, brand new GM, who got John Tavares, he's on top of the world, thinking that he's going to get everybody signed. It's not working out for anybody. The Leafs want to win games. Right now, Matthews is injured. If Nylander was playing right now, it would be a little bit less of a burden for some of the other guys. They would be like, okay, at least we got Willie, we got John Tavares, we got Mitch Marner, we've got the depth, we got Kadri, Riley Gardner. But when you take out multiple star players who can put up a lot of points, you start to go, okay, well, come on, Nylander, like we could use you right now, like we need to win. So this is Dubas and Nylander this is Dubas and the Leafs going, listen, we got to make something happen here. Your name is going to be out there because we need to know what we can get for you if that's the case. Because as far as what Elliot Friedman is saying, the Leafs are at least testing the market. They're not fully saying Nylander's out there. As far as we know, he's traded. That's what's going to happen. Put in your offers. We're willing, to make a deal now. While they might be willing to make a deal to a degree, I still feel like they're going to go, okay, Willie, listen, we've gotten all these offers for you, man. If you don't take this deal right now, it's looking like you're out of here, man. You're not going to spend your career in Toronto because we're being offered this defenseman prospect pick or whatever the combination may be, and you're not playing. There's an empty roster spot where you should be playing, and we can bring in multiple pieces where you should be that will help us win now. And that's what the Leafs are trying to do. They're trying to win now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sure a bunch of people are going to be talking about it, but I wanted to make sure I got my thoughts out there because this is fresh. Again, it's kind of like a mini rant, but I like updating the William Nylander stuff as much as possible. And I'm sure there's going to be more updates as the time goes on unless a deal gets done very soon. But we've heard this before. And producer guy Phil, Arcade Regiment, go subscribe to him on YouTube. He even tweeted out towards me. He said, I've been hearing it's their first priority for a long time now. And people are starting to get sick of hearing it's the first priority. So let's see what happens. Hopefully they can get something done. But if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for the continued support. And again, like I said, it only takes a second to click that notification bell and the subscribe button and even the like button. Do whatever you want to do. If you don't like the video, click dislike, though. I totally understand. Let's leave comments down below talking about what could happen. I appreciate your comments as well. If you keep them PG and, make sure everybody's friendly in the comments comment section. We don't need no arguments. It's just hockey, just discussion. So again, thank you guys so much. I'm losing my voice from yelling at the game, making a game review, and now this video. So I'm going to cut it off right now. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Click that notification bell. Peace.